November might seem like the end of growing season, but I'm about to flip that idea completely. There are 15 crops you can plant right now that will either give you fresh harvest through winter or set you up for an incredible spring. Let me show you exactly what to grow and when. 15. Garlic. Here's something most gardeners get wrong about garlic. They wait until spring. November is actually the perfect month to plant it, and missing this window means missing out on those big, flavorful bulbs next summer. Garlic needs a period of cold exposure called vernalization to form proper bulbs, which is why fall planting is essential. You've got two main types to choose from. Hardneck varieties like Spanish Roja love cold climates and produce those amazing curly scapes in spring. Softneck types prefer milder winters and store longer. I'm in Zone 8, so I refrigerate my hardneck garlic for about a month before planting to give it extra cold time. Plant your cloves pointy side up, about 3 to 4 inches deep, spacing them 6 inches apart. If your first frost is 2 weeks away, you're right on schedule. In zones 7 and colder, you can plant pretty much any time in November. Warmer zones should aim for mid to late November. The cloves will quietly grow roots all winter underground, then shoot up green leaves come spring. 14. Spinach. Spinach holds a secret that transforms it from ordinary to extraordinary. Frost makes it sweeter. Those cold snaps everyone dreads actually concentrate sugars in the leaves, giving you that buttery, mild flavour you can't get from summer spinach. This is why November planting makes so much sense. The timeline is beautifully quick too. From seed to harvest, you're looking at just 6 to 8 weeks, and you can start picking baby leaves even sooner. I always choose cold hardy varieties like La Vewa or Bloomsdale that can handle temperatures down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit without protection. Here's my strategy. Sow seeds thickly for baby greens you can cut repeatedly, or space them out for full-size bunches. Keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. If you're in Zone 7 or below and your first frost has passed, use a simple row cover or cold frame to protect young seedlings. For apartment dwellers, spinach grows beautifully on a sunny windowsill in containers. Pre-chill your seeds in the refrigerator for a few days if your soil is still warm. 13. Winter lettuce. Summer heat makes lettuce bolt faster than you can harvest it, but November lets lettuce do what it does best. Grow sweet, crisp leaves without rushing to flower. This is when you want to start what I call lettuce bowls, and trust me, they're about to become your favourite container crop. Grab any wide container or old bucket, drill drainage holes if needed, and fill it with good potting mix. Scatter seeds generously across the surface, cover lightly, and keep it moist. Within 2 weeks, you'll see those first green shoots. The beauty of growing in containers is mobility. You can chase the sun during the day and tuck them against a wall on cold nights. For quick harvests, go with cut and come again varieties like black-seeded Simpson. If you want colour, red sails adds gorgeous burgundy to your winter garden. These frost-tolerant types can handle temperatures down into the teens. No backyard, no problem. A sunny windowsill and a shallow tray give you fresh salad greens all winter long. 12. Asian greens. If you've tried growing bok choy or tatsoi in summer, you know the frustration. They bolt before you get a single harvest. November completely changes that story. These greens finally have the cool temperatures they've been waiting for, and they reward you with tender, sweet leaves in just 3 to 4 weeks. Bok choy grows in beautiful clusters with crunchy white stems and dark green leaves. Tatsoi forms these gorgeous glossy rosettes that almost look too pretty to eat. Mizuna sends up feathery, peppery leaves that add life to any dish. Together, they're like a mini Asian vegetable garden. The best part? They're ridiculously easy to grow. Scatter seeds in raised beds, grow bags, balcony boxes, or even shallow trays on your kitchen counter. They germinate within a week and grow fast. You can harvest them as baby greens or let them mature fully. Either way, toss a handful into soups, stir-fries, or warm noodle bowls on those chilly evenings. For apartment gardeners, these greens turn a simple windowsill into a productive little farm that keeps giving. 11. Radishes. Want to see something grow from seed to plate in less than a month? Radishes are your answer, and they might be the most encouraging crop you'll ever plant. While everything else in November takes its time, radishes sprint to the finish line in just 3 to 4 weeks. It's gardening's version of instant gratification. The cool November soil keeps them crisp and mild without that harsh bite summer radishes sometimes get. Just scatter seeds directly into loose soil, cover lightly, and water consistently. Within days, you'll see sprouts popping up. Thin them early so each radish has room to form those perfect round bulbs. Here's my favourite trick: succession planting. Sow a new row every week and you'll have fresh radishes continuously instead of one big harvest you can't possibly eat fast enough. Kids absolutely love growing these because the payoff comes so quickly. It's like finding buried treasure when you pull them up. No garden space? Radishes thrive in window boxes, deep pots, or any container with drainage. Slice them into salads, roast them for surprising sweetness, or pickle them for tang. 10. Kale. Kale gets a bad reputation, but that's usually because people harvest it at the wrong time. Here's the truth. Frost transforms kale. Those cold snaps everyone complains about actually make the leaves sweeter and more tender. This is why November planting sets you up for the best tasting kale you've ever grown. Once kale establishes itself, you can harvest it cut and come again style for months. Just snip outer leaves and let the center keep producing. I've had plants survive down to single-digit temperatures with minimal protection. Varieties like dwarf blue curled and red Russian are particularly tough. Start seeds now in trays, and they'll be ready to transplant within 10 days. Space them about 12 inches apart in the garden, or use individual containers. Kale doesn't mind crowded conditions as much as other brassicas. Keep soil moist, but not soggy. For zones 7 and below, a simple frost blanket keeps young plants happy until they toughen up. Once mature, they laugh at winter. Even if you're not a huge kale fan yourself, it's perfect for making healthy meals or adding to soups and stews. 9. Onions and shallots. Most gardeners think onions are strictly a spring crop, but that's leaving serious potential on the table. Planting onions now gives them all winter to develop strong root systems underground. When spring warmth arrives, they don't waste time establishing. They immediately start forming those big, sweet bulbs you're after. The trick is choosing the right type for your location. Short-day onions like Texas Sweet work for southern gardens with mild winters. Northern gardeners need long-day varieties that respond to summer's extended daylight. Not sure which you need? Intermediate onions split the difference and work in most zones. Here's what I love about onion seeds. You can sow 10 to 12 seeds per cell. Their roots untangle easily, so later you can separate them into dozens of plants without wasting space. They also adapt beautifully to long narrow troughs or deep containers on patios and balconies. Want something faster? Bunching onions skip the bulbing entirely. Plant Scarlet Bandit now, and you'll have fresh green onions for slicing into dishes all winter long. They're hardy down to 20 degrees Fahrenheit with minimal protection. 8. Leeks. Leeks are one of those vegetables everyone loves eating, but hardly anyone grows. And honestly, that's a shame. They're incredibly versatile in the kitchen, yet woefully underutilized in gardens. November gives you 3 different approaches depending on your climate and patience level. Winter leeks are super cold hardy giants. Start seeds in summer, transplant in late summer, and harvest when it's freezing outside. They can survive below 0 temperatures. Spring and fall leeks, which is what I'm growing now, handle cold like onions, down to about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Start seeds in November, transplant after Thanksgiving, and harvest in spring. Summer leeks get planted in spring for heat-tolerant growth. For Zone 8 and warmer, those spring/fall types are perfect. Start seeds in trays now. They germinate within 10 days. When they're pencil thick, transplant them about 6 inches apart in trenches. As they grow, hill soil around the stems to create that tender white portion everyone loves. Colder zones should focus on those winter varieties or grow spring leeks in containers you can protect. Either way, fresh leeks in soups and stews make winter cooking absolutely incredible. Drop a comment and tell me which of these crops you're most excited to plant this November. 7. Carrots. There's something magical that happens to carrots when they grow through cold weather. They become candy sweet. Seriously, frost concentrates the sugars in the roots. transforming ordinary carrots into crisp, incredibly flavorful treats you'll want to pull straight from the ground and eat on the spot. November planting works beautifully if your first frost is in late November or December. The cool soil actually helps with germination, though carrots do take their time, usually about 2 weeks to sprout. Choose cold hardy varieties like red chord or shin kuroda that can handle temperature dips without damage. Here's my germination trick. Prepare fine, loose soil without rocks or clumps. Scatter the tiny seeds, cover lightly, then lay a wooden board or piece of cardboard over the row. This keeps moisture consistent, which is crucial for carrot germination. Check daily and remove the board as soon as you see sprouts. Once seedlings emerge, thin them so each carrot has room to develop. For small spaces, try stubby or round varieties in deep containers, at least 12 inches. Rainbow carrot mixes are especially fun for kids. With frost protection in colder zones, you'll harvest sweet roots all winter long. 6 peas. Most people associate peas with spring, but winter peas are an entirely different game. These hardy varieties actually prefer being planted in November because they establish roots through the cool months, then explode with growth when temperatures rise. Some can even handle light frost without flinching. The key is choosing the right type. Look for varieties labelled winter or early spring. They're bred specifically for cold tolerance. Sugar snap and snow peas both work beautifully. Soak your seeds overnight before planting to speed up germination, then plant them about an inch or 2 deep. Peas love to climb, which makes them perfect for creating living structures. Build a simple teepee trellis in your garden, and kids will be amazed watching it transform into a green hideout. Check daily to see how far the tendrils have climbed. It's genuinely exciting. For balconies and small spaces, compact varieties like Patio Pride thrive in containers. Just give them something to climb on. A small trellis or even string works. Keep the soil consistently moist but not soggy. By early spring, you'll be harvesting sweet, crunchy pods that taste like victory. 5. Fava beans. While most beans prefer warmer weather, fava beans are the rebels of the legume family. They don't just tolerate cold, they thrive in it. November planting gives them exactly what they need. Time to establish strong roots before winter really sets in, then steady growth through the cool months toward a spring harvest. These plants grow with quiet confidence. Thick stems push upward even as temperatures drop, and they're fixing nitrogen in your soil the entire time. That means you're not just growing food, you're actually improving your garden for next season's crops. Varieties like Windsor are particularly cold hardy. Soak the large seeds overnight, then plant them about 2 inches deep and 6 inches apart. They'll need some support as they grow. A simple bamboo stake or short trellis works perfectly. Keep soil moist, and they'll handle the rest. This crop is best for zones 8 and above since it needs to survive all winter. If your first frost came early in November, give young plants extra protection with row covers until they toughen up. Come spring, you'll harvest tender, buttery beans perfect for soups and side dishes. 4. Brassicas. Broccoli, cabbage and cauliflower are the heavyweight champions of cold weather vegetables. These brassicas don't just survive frost, they're actually bred for it. The challenge with November planting is timing, because by now, that ideal 12-week window before first frost has passed in most zones. But don't let that stop you. The secret is starting with transplants instead of seeds. Get seedlings from a nursery, or start seeds indoors now in trays under lights. Once they're a few inches tall, transplant them outside before your first frost if possible. Even if frost has already hit, you can still plant with proper protection. Choose cold-tolerant varieties like Waltham 29 broccoli or January King cabbage. These cultivars are specifically bred to handle temperature drops. Young plants need protection. Use frost cloth or row covers until they establish strong roots. Once mature, they can handle surprisingly harsh conditions. For colder climates below Zone 7, consider growing in containers you can move to protected areas during extreme cold. Space them about 18 inches apart, keep soil consistently moist, and by late winter or early spring, you'll be harvesting fresh brassicas when grocery store prices are sky high. 3. Cool season herbs. If you've ever tried growing cilantro or parsley in summer, you know the heartbreak. They bolt to flower faster than you can blink, leaving you with nothing but frustration. November completely flips this script. These herbs finally behave when temperatures drop and days get shorter. Cilantro particularly loves the chill. Plant seeds now, and instead of that mad rush to flower, you get lush, fragrant leaves that keep producing. The key is sowing a new round every 2 weeks for continuous harvest. Just scatter seeds in a pot near your kitchen door or in a garden bed. Water well, and within days you'll see sprouts. Parsley takes longer to germinate, sometimes up to 2 weeks, but once it's established, it grows steadily through winter. Both herbs need cool, nighttime temperatures to germinate properly. If your soil is still warm, try the refrigerator trick. Put your planted containers in the fridge overnight for a few days. For apartment dwellers, a wide, shallow container on a sunny windowsill works perfectly. Imagine stepping to your kitchen window on a cold morning and snipping fresh cilantro for your breakfast tacos, or parsley for your soup. That's the November herb garden dream. 2. Strawberries. Here's what most people don't realize about strawberries. Planting them in November is actually brilliant strategy. While everyone else waits until spring, you're giving your plants a massive head start. Those bare root strawberries you tuck into the soil now spend the entire winter quietly building strong root systems instead of wasting energy on fruit. The process is beautifully simple. Plant them so the crown sits right at soil level, not buried, not exposed. Give them loose, well-draining soil and space them about 12 inches apart. In colder regions, add a layer of straw mulch for protection. It's literally where their name comes from. Strawberries adapt incredibly well to containers, hanging baskets, or even vertical planters. This makes them perfect for balconies and small patios where space is tight. They'll rest through winter, then when spring warmth arrives, watch them explode with white blossoms. By the time everyone else is just planting strawberries in spring, yours are already established and ready to produce fruit. Those first red berries hanging like jewels in early summer taste even sweeter knowing you planted them back in November. It's delayed gratification at its finest. 1. Microgreens. Let's end with the absolute fastest, most rewarding crop you can grow in November. Microgreens. We're talking 7 to 10 days from seed to harvest. If everything else on this list feels too slow or complicated, microgreens are your answer. They work anywhere, require almost no space, and give you nutrient-dense greens faster than any other crop. You don't need a garden, special equipment, or even much light. A shallow tray, some potting mix or cocoa coir, and seeds are all it takes. Pea shoots taste sweet and fresh. Radish microgreens add peppery punch. Sunflower shoots are crunchy and satisfying. You can even grow kale, broccoli, or mustard as microgreens. Just scatter seeds densely across moist soil. Press them down gently and mist daily. Place them on a sunny windowsill or under a simple grow light. Within days, you'll see that carpet of green emerging. Once they're a couple inches tall with their first true leaves, snip them with scissors. Microgreens are year-round crops, but November is when they really shine for indoor growers. While snow falls outside, you're harvesting fresh greens from your kitchen counter every single week. November isn't the end of your growing season, it's actually a beginning. These 15 crops prove you can keep planting, harvesting, and enjoying fresh, homegrown food, even as temperatures drop. Hey guys, Arthur here. If you found value in this video, YouTube thinks you'll like this next one too.